The Flash film is scheduled to be released on June 23rd, 2023. And whilst that feels like a long time away from now, the movie has been test screened many times. And the latest test screening has not only revealed positive reviews, but also some major plot details that we need to talk about. Hey everyone, welcome back to our movie news. The Flash film sounds like it will be one of the most controversial DC films of all time. The drama surrounding Ezra Miller and the apparent erasing of early DCEU movies has caused this film to have some negative energy surrounding it. But the most recent test screening has had extremely positive reviews. Now this information has been revealed by Undercover Audience and it goes as follows. The Flash had an incredibly positive test screening yesterday night. Majority of the audience gave it an excellent rating, runtime was close to 2 hours 15 minutes, and yes, Ezra Miller is still the Flash. So Ezra is the Flash in the Flash movie still. There is no surprise there, but the majority of the audience giving it an excellent rating is a good surprise. The runtime being around 2 hours and 15 minutes is roughly to be what is expected. I thought it would be closer to 2 hours 30 due to how many characters are in this movie, but I just hope that they don't try and squeeze in all the cameos like Doctor Strange 2 did. I hope they take their time telling the story of Barry Allen rather than focusing on cameos. The Flash opens with a literal baby shower scene that will remind you of the amazing Quicksilver kitchen scene from X-Men Days of Future Past. In this scene, we see Barry replenishing his energy, snacking on food, while saving a bunch of falling babies from Gotham General. The Nikolaj Coster-Waldau cameo is non-consequential to the plotline. He's just one of the dudes from whom Barry steals a hot dog while speeding. The same happens with Andy Muschietti's cameo towards the end of the film. So I imagine Barry will steal a hot dog when trying to save the babies, not just when he is generally running around the city, because otherwise that doesn't really sound like a hero-y thing to do. There's a hilarious scene between present Barry Allen and young Barry Allen where they discuss Back to the Future. In this young Barry timeline, Eric Stoltz stayed on as Marty McFly, and Michael J. Fox went on to be in Footloose. Ezra Miller nails this scene. Apparently, Ezra Miller's were fantastic. The current Barry Allen and an 18-year-old Barry Allen had amazing chemistry. Have been told that Miller absolutely nails both performances. The future surrounding Ezra Miller as the Flash is currently unknown, so if this is his final performance, at least it sounds like it will be a good performance from him. Keaton sure plays an integral supporting character to Barry, but The Flash is still a Barry Allen film. It's about his desire to change the past and bring back his mum, and also prove his dad's innocence. Keaton is amazing, no doubt, but he doesn't steal Barry's lightning. I'm really excited to see Keaton back as Batman in this film. I'm not at all enthusiastic of him replacing Ben Affleck's Batman in the main DCEU, but it's good to hear that he doesn't steal Barry's lightning in this movie. However, Undercover Audience also said 5 scenes that got the loudest cheers during The Flash. The Barrys meeting Keaton, Keaton coming out in his Batsuit for the first time, young Barry seeing old Batmobile, Bat Keaton saying, "You wanna get nuts?" Keaton taking over as the Batman. Well, we love Keaton. So the loudest cheers were all about Keaton's Batman in a Flash movie. Now I understand nostalgia, but how can the 5 biggest cheer moments of a Flash movie all be from Batman? Surely there has to be at least one cheer moment that is from the Flash himself. Sasha Calle plays Kara Zor-El, aka Supergirl in The Flash. He plays her part really well. Kara is mainly there to battle it out with General Zod, as the final battle sequence is happening during the Man of Steel timeline. I'm really excited to see Sasha Calle as Supergirl, and it will be really cool to see Supergirl fighting General Zod. It's currently up in the air what happens to the Man of Steel universe, but I'm really hoping this is just an alternate universe where Supergirl exists instead of Superman, and that the Man of Steel universe is still safe somewhere. When the space-time continuum starts collapsing, the Flash starts seeing heroes from different worlds, and that's when we see CGI'd Adam West, Christopher Reeve, Helen Slater, and Linda Carter. There's also a Superman character whose face is blurred, probably to include a new actor. Now this is where I get disappointed. I don't really like them using CGI'd versions of actors who have passed on. It feels quite uncomfortable to watch, as those people didn't actually choose to be in the film themselves. I'm just hoping that it's done in a tasteful and respectful way, a way of honouring those heroes instead of using them for cheap fan service. I also really don't like the fact that a blurred Superman appears. Undercover audience assumes that it is probably to include a new actor, which is heartbreaking for any Henry Cavill Superman fan. I'm hoping that somehow, some way, Cavill returns as Superman, but it doesn't sound like it will happen in The Flash. Unless they've blurred the face so that people don't confirm Henry Cavill's Superman is in the movie. The last scene of The Flash is Barry walking into his home after winning his dad's case and noticing flashing computer screens. All of a sudden, Ben Affleck shows up on them and says, "You have to save us, Barry. We've been trying to get in touch with you. We're stuck here." So they don't specify the surroundings that Ben Affleck's in, but we do know Bruce is calling Barry for help. This could be setting up a final crisis event in some way, or possibly an alternate nightmare timeline. This isn't the only information we have from the test screening though. Username Prince Jordan also revealed some information that matches up with Undercover Audience's tweets. The more specific information says, Keaton has a lot of one-liners that are callbacks to his movies, a lot of comedy, specifically a lot of sex jokes. At times it's overused, but it doesn't take away from the film. Something very interesting is I was told the movie retcons the DCEU a bit. There is a scene/flashback where Barry is saving people during the events of Man of Steel, and has his powers during that time. Zod only really interacts with Supergirl. Cinematography-wise, the film looks amazing. Wonder Woman still appears at the beginning, but there is no Martian Manhunter. The retcon of Barry Allen saving people during the time of Man of Steel is something I actually quite like. It will be cool seeing the events of Man of Steel from another perspective, a bit like what we saw in Avengers Endgame. I don't actually think it is a retcon though, as we never got a confirmation about when he got his powers, but it sounds like a cool scene. It's also great to hear that the cinematography looks amazing and that Wonder Woman appears at the beginning of the movie. However, the fact that there is a lot of comedy is a bit worrying. That does remind me a lot of Justice League, and I really hope this film doesn't go down that route. If there are high stakes, I want to see those high stakes being taken seriously. Also, the one-liners from Keaton needs to be executed properly. Hopefully they could do it like what they did in No Way Home. They managed to do great callbacks to past films, but did it in a way that gave a respectful nod to those films, but still stayed in the moment. Hopefully the Flash film can do that too. Apparently the film has cameos from Ben Affleck, Jeremy Irons, Gal Gadot, and Jason Momoa, and half the runtime has Keaton in it. Not much was mentioned regarding Batfleck, so hopefully we do see more than a 5-minute cameo from him. I also really want to see Affleck and Keaton interacting with one another, as that could be a really fun scene. These plot details sound alright. For me, it doesn't sound amazing, but it also doesn't sound terrible. Hopefully a proper trailer can give us a better idea of how the film will turn out, as there is only so much the imagination can see with these brief plot details. But make sure to let me know what you think of the Flash plot in the comments below. But that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. I hope to see you here again soon. So until then, have a great day. Bye!